Hello comrades, I'm Colonel Failure and you are back with Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic and the Resources. And you're looking at a slightly new bit of build here. Well, I mean, you can probably tell what's going on if you've got any kind of a notion of exactly what this game does. And yes, it's a quarry. Oh, well, there's a thing. Here's a bolt from the blue that you hadn't anticipated. My goodness me, what's he doing building a quarry? All right, yeah, all these questions and others will be answered. We've got a couple of trucks running from the mountainside here. I should turn the interface back on, see what I'm doing, but I'm quite enjoying the view. Couple of trucks running just down the hillside there to a storage area. And that's all it does right now, is we just store it on up there. Thank you very much for the save game there. So yes, we quarry and we deposit. And as you can see, we've been depositing for a little while because the next scheme emerges. I've rolled the game forward by about 6 months and we're back up to 1.5 million rubles. Told you it's profitable. No, you didn't listen, but it is. So yeah, we're doing quite nicely indeed. I fixed the train situation simply by changing what the pickups were creating. By having the pickups not wait until full, it means that there's far less queuing goes on, which means that everything, as you can see down to the border there, kind of just flows better now. Still got a bit of queuing going on, and yes, the whole thing would benefit from a redevelopment to make it just hum a little better, but it can wait. I'm in no rush. Anyway, while I've been waiting for the cash to build back up, we have been researching aplenty. As you can see, there is no research still going on, and that's lovely. One more piece of statistics for you before we get to the main meat and potatoes and borscht. I don't know why I fancy borscht, I just do. Of today's is the population. It's declining. My population is going down. Yeah, no, that's a problem. Yeah, so that's an issue, that is. So this year, as you can see, we started with a high point. Let's say the high point's about 13,000 population. We're now down to 11,000. 2,500 deaths, 2,500 escapes, best part of 4,000 births. Now, I've been trying to counter that by... I mean, frankly, the deaths are going to happen. We could probably have a few less. And some of those, I've staffed the hospitals up to max with ambulances. I've also built another new hospital. I mean, you know, there's no getting around that. You know, a few more hospitals helps out. So we've got another one over here. I mean, look, there's no patients in there, but it's not for a lack of trying to get people in. Also, that gives a few more jobs for highly qualified personages. I bought a couple more cars, just, you know, for people who like cars. Built another fire station. Try and get people out and moving a little bit more. And we built some extra sport. I've been looking at, you know, where are people hacked off, what haven't they got? And just generally trying to tinker it up a bit. But perhaps the biggest telltale is if you look at the schools, that one's running virtually empty. So I mean, that's great. Same over here. It's great in that we're providing a stellar education for people. No, that's a shopping mall. That's not what you wanted to look at. Whatever. But the upshot is, got to work to retain my people a little bit more. Yeah, make them happier. Yeah. Anyway, today's scheme is going to be chemicals. Yes, we've researched them. And this is part of a larger notion that I've had that is going to be completely flipping chaotic. So the area that I've got picked out for my chemical area is around here. Yeah. Okay, right, this is where we're going to start doing chemicals. We've got a little bit of population here already, so I can build out on that, maybe expand around this area. But my chemical plant will require crops. It will require quarried stone wood aggregate of some description, which is why we're now quarrying that, and a couple of other odds and ends, including oil, which I have a surplus of. Good. Yeah, nothing but a small project today. Stick around. Now, a lot of what we're building is going to hinge on the use of trains to move stuff around, which is great. And that's a very good thing. And one of the things I've got to do is change this junction entirely. The way that it's hooked up at the moment is, I mean, it's always going to end in trouble because there's no room to queue things effectively. Queuing things up is going to it disrupts the main line here, and therefore I want to get the queue off the line. So the ideal will be to maybe build some track out that goes up here and use that as the queue with you know, several different incoming lines, if I can rig it that way, before heading onto this kind of major artery for train transport. We're still going to need trains coming out of here to drop stuff off, so that needs to be factored in, but maybe we run them up a little bit further and then round. That's to be decided, frankly. First job, however, is to do quite a lot of the smoothing over here. We'll probably build it down to this barely above water level kind of area that we got here. Let's make it happen, because this is where we're going to build. No, actually, that's a terrible height. Change of plan. We'll go with this height instead, please. There you go. Yeah, it's all right. It's fine. So, as part of this, I'm also going to be building a second farming area to get my crop count up. I've noticed that my alcohol distillery just over here it's on idle a lot of the time, despite having plenty of crops available. It just doesn't get through it very often. So maybe a second distillery might be an idea. Might be. Might not be. So, but it's an idea. Whether or not it's a good idea, however, remains to be seen, and we'll remain to see that eventually. Yeah, okay, right, yeah. So keeping all of this stuff by the white elephant of the dockland area is you know, just the way we're going to go for now. There we go. Now I can move these pylons and maybe smooth out a little bit more. I'm hoping that this is going to be enough space. We're also going to expand out this way a little bit, he says, smoothing as he goes. Normally I'll try and do smoothing when you're not watching, because it's hardly the most riveting content ever. Yeah, so yeah, we've got plenty of room in this area to make a viable kind of chemical works deal. The main reason for doing it is because I can. And secondly, because I wanna, and thirdly, because it exports for quite a lot of money. And that's a pretty good reason to me. We will, I mean, I think we'll gradually move towards, you know, overall self-sufficiency. But right now, I think we'll just kind of go for, you know, things that we can sell for a heap of cash. And frankly, one chemical train exporting to NATO is going to be worth a good chunk of change. Have you finished? Not really. There's more work to be done there. I've got to bulldoze a lot of this and flatten it all out to the same level, and yeah, you just carry on. But that'll suffice for now. So let's get rid of the wireframe, and let's have a look and see what we're doing here. So oil, bitumen, and fuel is what we're playing with. Here's the chemical plant. I don't know how big this is, actually. I don't know how much it is either. How much is it? How much are you? 66 grand. That's cheap as chips. Okay, right, fine. We could then go on and turn that into plastics, which is, you know, chemicals and oil. Again, we've got absolutely tons of oil kicking around. The area at Dallas is overwhelmed with the amount of oil that it's got going on. So here's the plant. Now, if I were to spin this around over here, we could hook it up to the warehouse. Which would mean that the grain that we need, because apparently these need grain. Consumption at max production. It needs a bit of wood. I couldn't tell you why. It needs crops. Okay. I mean, we've got crops there. That's a thing we've got. You could get rid of that road and plunk it in there and then relay the road. Okay, right, cool. Yeah, so yeah, we've got crops. I mean, to be honest, the amount that it needs, I could just truck that in. You could just truck that in, and this is quite a nice bit of road. It's true. It's not quite as efficient as hooking it up to the old, you know, shuffle it around setup there. But honestly, you're not going to make that work. Oh, you might make that work. It's not going to fit. It won't fit. It's not going to fit. It's definitely not going to fit. Just think about instead, one, bringing in oil, okay, and two, yeah, bringing in aggregates. Yeah, quarried stone. So actually, if I were to sling this here and just forget about warehousing, then that would probably do a respectable job. Okay, think about export. Oh, interesting. Export. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Another truck job? I reckon another truck job. All right, well, look, it's only 66 grand. It's not a massive amount of money. Let's bang that in and then see what we end up with. I've got no idea whether this is going to fight me all the way or whether it's just going to go, yeah, all right, what's your problem? Storage for liquids, we shall put... I'm tempted to put a storage tank here. And then I will do. Right. Now, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, it's fine. If we're redeveloping the entire area, then, you know, get with it and redevelop the entire area. So we'll put a fuel tank store here. Actually, make it a little bit further away. That way you've definitely got space enough to stick a pipeline in. So if we stick that in there, grab this, grab me pipes, give me the pipes, and do that. Right, good. Okay. And then you want an oil fuel loading and unloading setup. Okay, good. Where, how, and where? Chemicals are not liquids. So we maybe need to stick another warehouse next to that. That would be a smart move. Stick a warehouse next to that to get that working. Right, where's my... I can't see because the flipping tooltip. I mean, you know, that might sound quite harsh. But the tooltips need to learn to get out of my way. Yeah, okay, right. Stick it about there. Stick it about there. All right. Yeah? Yes. Sure? Maybe. Would here be better? Possibly. Also, you'd have to have it right way around, so something like that. Get this tooltip off my tool! I'm not interested. Do that. Yeah, no. Do this. Right. Rotate the camera. Rotate the camera. Okay, right. If we rotate the camera, then the tooltip will sit somewhere less egregious. Right, there. So stick that, something like that. Then you've got unloading can happen. We can store a fair chunk of it, and everybody's happy. Yeah. Yes. I didn't check to see whether... No, it's just oil that you're using. It's not fuel or anything like that. Am I overthinking this? Yeah, all right. Okay, we'll stick that there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Things just got real. The excitement became palpable because I might need to bulldoze that immediately because here's my my potential for some other materials coming in. Now, if I want a small aggregate store, what's the internal storage look like? Crops, 8 tons. Oil tank, 10 tons. Aggregate, 10 tons. Wood, 10 tons. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. Now, obviously, we've got no workers yet, but that's the least of my concerns right now. I mean, I bang a couple of buildings in there, and we're off and rolling. So that's not a problem. This is more about getting the resources to pile up adequately. So if we have a gravel coal oil, gravel coal, whatnot, a small aggregate store, no, aggregate truck unloading, aggregate truck loading, aggregate train, aggregate loading or unloading, right. Now the only downside, ooh, go on. It's chancy, but I like it. What are we blocking there? You're blocking your warehouse output, but again, we could truck that. In fact, we could truck it down to the warehouse here. So if you're trucking both ways, that could just work. If this fits. Well, so far, it doesn't seem to be having any issue at all. So we could sling that in there. I'm quite happy to rebuild this if it doesn't pan out first time round. Where would you want the road connection? I don't really need one. All right, okay. Well, stick it in here then. Right, let's try that. I'm a big fan of give it a spin and see what happens. Right, so then if you do that, yeah, and if you do this... No, there isn't a building in the way. Look, it's relatively straightforward. Do that to there. There you go, look. Right. So basically what I want to do is I'll use one track as an unloader for here and a second track for an unload and the other track as a through to get to this. Will it work? I don't know, but half of me expects it just to go, no, you can't do that. Now, do you convey out? Yes, we do, sir. Right, and then get in. And get in. And then get in. Do not fight me. Well, bad news. I'm gonna fight you. The other news is get over it. Oh no, wait, there we go. We got it. Apparently that's good enough. Look, it's formed the connection, and therefore I'll take that. Right, can we do a test on this to see if you've got no power? Okay, we can't do a test on this. Also, that's no, that's okay. These are auto-electrified. There's some drama going on here, isn't it? Right, so that gives me that's aggregates coming in. That's oil coming in. What else? Well, you're going to need wood. Any plans? Hello. Okay, well, you're going to need a lumber yard then, aren't you? All right, okay, right, so forestry and whatnot. Maybe that's under various industry. Right, that's just wood. That makes boards. Okay, we only need wood, right? If I recall correctly. That's the distillery. You're looking at the wrong building. There you go. It's worth learning what the right building looks like. Yeah, so we don't even need a sawmill, just a wood cutting post. Piece of cake then, isn't it? Alright, okay, yeah. Okay, sling that out here. It's got range over a reasonable amount. It can even cut down some of the extraneous forestry that I've got going on over there. Peachy keen. Right, left mount button to do a bit of flattening, and wang it in. The only real downside to that, it didn't wang. No wangage. Wang again, like we did last summer. There you go. Right, duly wanged. Probably going to need a bit of a power bunker for this. We've got no workers and no trucks. Alright, well, let's buy you a vehicle or mechanism. Also, why don't you just put it up here? It's a little bit more of a trek, but then, you know, you haven't got to build supplemental whatnots, he says, calling up the bulldozer hotkey that he assigned ages ago. And then unbulldoze. Turn the hotkey off again. Yeah, no, see, that needs to be a toggle. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, just... Oh, for crying out loud. Right, okay, I'm not using that ever again. Yes. And then he built a lumber thingamajig. Randoms, please. Woodcutting post. Yeah, actually, this appeals to my sense of mischief. In that, you know, we'll have the woodcutters turning up in someone's back garden going, all right. No, mate. No, we're taking your tree down. What for? We're going to turn it into chemicals. Are you? Yes. Why? We are. But I built the kids a swing there. Oh, well, that'll learn you. Right, okay, sling that here. Right, okay, and then that needs hooking up to a bit of road, and we will use trucks to just move this stuff around. So if I do, actually keep that going in a straightish line. Don't half-arse it, which is a phrase I don't use terribly often here, but is nonetheless relevant to what we're doing. Right, there you go. Okay, all right, that's moderately better, I suppose. Have you got some power? Yep. All right, buy you some truck. So just open holes, apparently, is all we're going to need there. Does it really matter what you want? Can load vehicles onto a flatbed. Well, that's nice. 70, 60, 90. Take the fast one, please. Right. And we've got workers. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's sufficient or not, but you know what? I'm gonna leave that running for a moment or six and see if that generates me some lumber here. Because if it does, then that's job done. Groovy. Also, you've ruined this bit of road. Yeah, I have. I'll come back and fix it in the future. Right, what do we got left? So, we need a truck to come and take grain from wherever it is I've got some. You've got some in the warehouse here. Yeah, we could go get it from there, at the agro farm. Or we could go get it from the silo, where there is some more. Yes. Yeah. The boozery is going through. The boozery uses it as fast as it gets it in, and then just slings it all out as alcohol, which tends to be picked up by yonder train as quickly as it comes in. So I think our actual rate of croppage is staying relatively static. I've got no evidence for that. Right, what can you shift grain in? If it uses dumpers, I've got some spare dumper trucks kicking around. There we go. Right, what do you do? No, it's not got spare. Okay, right, well, we'll have to buy something. It's going to be a covered wagon or some such, isn't it? Let's have a look. Open hole? No, it's definitely not open hole. Okay, fine. We will need one of those for transporting the lumber, I think. Yeah, okay. Alright, so find one you like the looks of. With speed is what we value more than anything else, so we'll take a Zill 130. Thank you very much. Right, covered hole. Do you do that? Yes, you do. Right, something relatively swiftish would be delightful. Yeah, well, we have... Oh, no, we've got a choice of two. You carry 1.1 ton of crops. You carry 0.8 of a ton. Well, I'm going to go for this Polish FZK A07 covered, which is the finest covered wagon you're going to find. Right, you, come here. We'll set you to work first, despite the fact it's probably the wrong order to do things in, but I'm not that fussed. Right, go to... Choose stop. What do you want to pick up from? Pick up from the silo. Alright, load anything, yeah, and then take it out to the chemical plant and unload it. Alright, off you trot. Probably going to want a garage around here somewhere, but I'll worry about that later. I'll worry about that later is fast becoming a catchphrase in this series. New stop for the Zill is going to be... Hang on, no, cancel that for a moment. Let's have a look and see if we've actually got anything happening here. There's some wood. Alright, okay, so new stop. Grab from the tank. Grab from the... No? What? What's the problem? Can load vehicles onto flatbed. Alright, kill that. Kill this. Open that. Do this. Grab. There we go. See, it just wanted me to do it in the right order. And then you drop that off over here as well. Is that the right one? No. There you go. Right. Good. So all that leaves is the two train routes. Oh, get to work. There you go. Is the two train routes that are going to be required. And obviously, as part of that, it makes sense to redevelop this rail setup here now. So let's get this one out of the way. And if we're lucky, which we appear to have been lucky, which is unusual. Being lucky with this stuff hasn't really struck me terribly often of late. There you go. How's that? Yeah. No, that's good. All right. So we're going to waste all of this, including the power lines here. I want to lay those out a little bit better. And then we need a route for this to get onto the big line here. Yes. Okay. And then we need a route for this to snake over to the border. We need a mainline export route to the border. This is going to cause some mayhem. You'll see why. In fact, you can probably predict why, but here we go. Yeah, no, look, just... If I'm clicking at this speed, mate, I want it all gone. I'm prepared... Oh, you can just click and drag. Oh, that's a delight. Right, okay, yeah, good. Yeah, all of this, yeah, it's horrible. Look at all of these, you know, little tiny junctionettes that I've had to put in order to keep the thing working. It's the whole thing's a ruddy disaster. We're going to have a re-over do-up. That has gone. There you go. Yep, good. Right. We might even get rid of that and relay it, but we'll see how we end up. Let's take it back a bit further still. Right. That's my electrification hookup. We don't really want to be removing that. So we're going to work at this kind of backwards. Yeah, you insert your own jokes. Right. So this is my queue for export. Right now, it needs to be long enough to handle pretty lengthy trains. But we're going to run it all the way up here. Right, and then the ideal would be that I can fit 2 trains of sizable length onto there. Alright, so if we keep coming up this way, that's more queuing space than I need. We then need the ability for it to go back the opposite way and just exit the queue stuff relatively quickly. This bit here is the actual main line, or it will be. At the moment, it's only single track heading out to our neighbours because I'm only running 1 train that way. So if I take that as the crow proceeds on its way, so something like that, and then wang it around the corner to there. Bring this on down. Now, convoluted junctioning. Brace yourselves, all right? Just get a handle on the idea that convoluted junctioning is a thing, and that it is going to be occurring soonish. So we'll leave that there. I don't need to connect that up to there right now. What we will do is we'll put a set of points in there so that it can run on the correct side of the line. Okay, right, good. Chain signals. Remember, chain signals are your friends. So, now what? Well, this one here has got to loop over the top and get onto the queue. So that is a potential area for high drama, intrigue, and swearing at your own ineptitude with regard to signal laying. Yeah, but we're going to take it up here and then round the corner. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, you sound like you know what you're doing. And that's the first. Oh, shut up! Oh no! Look, this bit of just there, that, yes, and then that bit as well. Go on, get it. There you go. And this bit too. Yeah. All right, that's it. Right, because we're going more or less straight-ish up here, and because it's only straight-ish, we can do it. You know, we can have a bit of a wiggle. That's okay. Right, so you're going up here, and then we're going to what? Curve around there, I suppose? Yeah, could do. All right. Now, I mean, obviously, this makes this track a little bit less efficient than it was before in terms of the distance travelling, but to be honest, it does spend quite a lot of time waiting to fill up with booze, so that's okay. The 2 sleep and incline, yeah. Angle's too sharp, yeah. It's nothing but griping from you, game, has to be said, and that makes me gripe, you know, and that's no fun for anyone. Angle of the railway crossing's too sharp, and you can't bulldoze that because there's a bus on it. Okay, well that's broken for the time being. I'll fix it later. Right, let's get to work on this stuff. Right, now this bit is going to be worth getting right, because I'm going to need to get the queuing properly organised. So the trick is going to be, don't build anything too flipping close to anything else. All right, you're going to want a massive amount of space for things to cross over and get where they're going. Okay. All of this is making a beeline for one area of track up here that is going to be a living hell. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? No, it's not good. Right. This, about there, maybe? Yeah, okay, that's about as long a train as I'm likely to send out. So let's run you off this way. The angle is too steep. The angle is not too steep. No angle is too steep if you put some effort into unsteepifying it. And that's what it's got to do at some point. Yeah, because that's upstream. Yes. Is that where you want to do it? Well, it's where I'm going to do it for now, and if that doesn't work, we'll do it a different way later. Alright, okay. And then, well, let's get Johnny Bulldozer back out again. Yeah. Surely that's Sergei Bulldozer. Yeah, it could be. It depends what Sergei's mood is like. And then you could take one out from here. Now, the reason for doing it this far out is that there's a little bit more queuing space in this area. So if I were to not do that, no. Turn off auto build for a moment, would you? Alright, grab... No. This red cursor does my head in a little bit. Right, yeah, do that. If you're sure. Yeah, are you sure? I'm sort of sure. Okay. Now, you could double track this, but, you know, just recall for a moment, on your own there, how much this game really enjoys double tracking. Also, you don't actually need anything that convoluted. Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't have to cross both sides. This is outbound only. Oh, all right. Just get rid of all of it. No, yeah, shut up. I'll fix it. Don't worry. There you go. Flipping thing. Getting his knickers in a twist again. Right. Come on. Off we go. There you go. That's it. Yeah. That's fine. All right. And then wang that around onto there. Flatten it as much as you feel the need to do. And that's all something. That is a slightly exciting bit of cornering there. But frankly, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm sure it's possible to make all of this stuff look absolutely glorious as anything, but no. Right, okay, so that should be fine. So you come down onto the queue, and this can now handle a queue, because this is going to be all one way down here. Probably a queue of, I don't know, 4 or 5 trains? All right, okay. Yeah. Right, so next up, you've got your aggregates run. That comes down from here. Yeah. Have you? Yeah, I was pretty sure I saw train tracks on this. Did you, though? Pretty sure. Well, signs point to, oh, no, you didn't. No, signs really don't point to, oh, no, you didn't. What? What you talk to me here? I thought you had a train loader kind of hook-up deal kind of thing hooked up into there. Let's have a look at depots related to aggregate loading. Yeah, well, that's what we need. No, I guess it's just a store yard. Oh, I was confused by the whatnots there. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, oh dear is about right. You might be able to fluke that. I think it's going to be too tall. Okay, well, in which case, don't even start doing that. Instead, build yourself a conveyor system. So we want a conveyor tower here. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah, flatten it out. Wang it in. Build your conveyor connector. Good. It didn't fight you. Well done. Train aggregate loading. Is there not a train, like, a little one? No. Oh, okay. That's a shame. I only need a little one. I don't need a biggie. Make sure that's the right one. Train aggregate loading. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Tweak that a bit. Stick it in about there. Now, the good news with all this infrastructure malarkey is that it doesn't need workers, which is good, because getting workers to go anywhere is, you know, it's like pulling teeth. They go, no, I don't want to go and work there, it's rubbish. You kind of go, well, I kind of want you to. No, I'm not interested. I'm going to force you to. I'm going to escape over the border. Good story. Right, we're going to run this as a piece of single track, because right now there's no need for any more than that. Later on, if we do decide to push towards being self-sufficient, then having additional exports from the old quarrying here is going to be useful. But right now it's just aggregates. We're not even turning it into quarried stone. Hold on. You are storing quarried stone. Yeah, it's not turning it into gravel. Do I have to turn it into gravel? I've got a sinking feeling that I do. Gravel, please. Ah, phooey. Okay, all right. Well, in that case, I need a gravel mill somewhere. Knackers. Right. Okay. Yeah. Where are you going to put that? Because that's going to need people to work at it. Oh, bum. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Now, several choices are available to you. You could get rid of this loader, turn it into a gravel mill. You've already bought the quarried stone down off the mountain. You have got some workers. No, they'll never come and work over here. You're going to have to build up another worker area to work the flipping gravel mill. Or we run the train line here down to... Well, you would bring it down and then on the main line. You could set one up here. That doesn't make any sense. If anything, putting in there, I would be better off putting that's where I'd make me plastics later on. Yes. Oh, budget. Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, you know, are we disheartened? Yes. Are we giving up? No. What are we going to do here? Where would you... no, hold on. We could... we got workers. We've got the resources. Have we got the space? Okay, hang on. Gravel... I want a gravel masher, please. Gravel processing. Plant. Okay, it's not huge. Those are all outs. I don't want outs, I want in. Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. Why? Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, okay. An in would be flipping useful here, but those are all conveyor outs. What are you? Gravel processing plant, mate. I'm the thing you want. Yeah, you are. You're not helpful, though, are you? Right, so anyway, stick this in about here. Yeah, shovel that out to some kind of yard. We're going to have to bring it in by truck, which doesn't make any sense at all. You could use a train to drop off larger quantities. I don't even need that much, bruv. Right, I'm going to give us a bit of pondering, and that's going to wrap it up for today. Yeah, afraid so. We're going to leave it with a... No, thank you. We're going to leave it with a thought, progress in process, progress of progressing. And we'll pick this up next time because, you know, I want to... Basically, what I want to do is unpause the game and go, there you go, wallop. It's all doing the thing. Right, I've been Colonel Failure. Subscribe to this series. I'm going to carry it on for a little while, and then I'll stop carrying it on, and we'll call that the end. Or the suspension of the series or some such. But I want to get, I just want to get a little bit further downfield here before we give up on it. Anyway, tune in next time where progress will have occurred and will occur further. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Okay, good project. I like this one. This is a good one. Chemicals. Firstly, they sell for an absolute truckload, so that's going to help the overall situation there in the country, the republic. Oh yeah, that I'm setting up. But this bit of rail is. I've got to plan out where those two crossing lines come in pretty cleverly. The choices are going to be space them out enough so you can fit a whole train in between them, or put them close enough together that the isolated area of track remains quite small. I think I'll probably aim for the latter, but you know, there's some jiggery pokery going on in there. Anyway, we'll find out next time, won't we? We just will. Yeah, we will. Definitely. I'll see you then.